Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Stack.
My name is Grounded.
Welcome back to another video.
And today, as the greatest pocket watchers, today we're pocket watching something that quietly drains wallets every single month.
Today we'll be going over the subscription traps Iceberg. Now the surface level is going to be the obvious traps that most people accept.
And as we go deeper, it'll be harder to escape. And if y'all like the video, be sure to leave a like and a comment. We appreciate everything. Let's get into it.
On the surface level, we're going to start with streaming services. We talking places like Netflix and Hulu. Back in the day, and I want to say not even 10-15 years ago, when streaming first came on the rise, people actually really enjoyed it because it was cheaper than buying cable. Also, it was easier to set up than your cable. But now you can't even watch the NBA unless you have these streaming services like Amazon Prime and ESPN. Long story short, the streaming services feel cheap individually, but when you put it together, you're easily spending between $60 to $100 a month and not even know it.
Because you think you're getting it for a certain set amount? Well, no, that's not true. This ain't a CD, big dog. They gonna change that price on you in the middle of it. So the prices can creep over time. And see, you can keep that I'll cancel it later mindset, but when you're paying for multiple services that you barely use, you're not broke, you're really just subscribed.
The next one on the surface, we're going to talk about gym memberships. Now, I'm not going to give y'all examples because you could just walk outside and you'll see a gym. And I'm also not going to fight against the fact that going to the gym is a great thing. Your health is literally your wealth. Now, here's where the problem lies. The hard cancellation policies. I have experience with a gym where I moved out of the city and they were still charging me even though I called them 3 times separately to tell them, hey, I need y'all to cancel this. Oh, we're gonna escalate it. And eventually they stopped charging me.
Some gyms will charge you an annual maintenance fee like you're paying for an HOA. And the real trap is where you don't actually go to the gym, you just pay for it. Gyms don't make money from people who show up. They make money from people who don't show up. The third entry for the surface level of this iceberg, we're gonna go with car wash subscriptions.
Now let's keep it a buck. You know, you got a nice car, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go take it to the car wash. You go in there for like $20, $35 a month because you have a membership with them and you get your car washed, right? Cool. It sounds really convenient, but it's rarely used enough for it to justify the cost. And the auto renew, it renews forever.
You paid $300 last year to wash your dirty car maybe 6 times. You know good and well you do not need it. And the craziest part is there's actually a cheaper alternative. There are car washes to where you could put quarters in and you have a good minute of the spray with the soap inside of it. Not only can you get a way better wash for cheap because you're actually getting the nitty gritty, you're also not getting your windshield wipers and antennas knocked off. So when you put it like that, you're wasting money on an experience.
The fourth entry of the surface level of this iceberg, it has to be music streaming. And the reason it's surface level is because so many people do it. Hell, I stream music. Now, it'd be crazy for me to sit up here and tell you, oh yeah, streaming music is terrible. It's like $11 a month, but it still ends up adding up.
Look, we definitely looking at you crazy if you got CDs and mixtapes. But the trap can be bundle plans, hide the cost, and paying for features that you don't really use. Just understand your bills and what type of music you listen to. That way you don't get caught into the trap of paying for music that you weren't even listening to. Entry number 5 of the surface level of this iceberg has to go to cloud storage. You know, your Google One, your iCloud Plus, whatever you have your email set up on, and all of a sudden you start running out of space. You get that little pop-up once or twice and you're like, so you buy that little subscription so that way you can keep on getting your emails just like nothing ever happened.
And that's where they get you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, in my opinion, the storage fills up intentionally. No, I'm not accusing them of anything. They also have emotional leverage over you. If you have stuff in like Google Drive, like photos, memories, files, that can be another reason you pay that little $2.15 a month because, hey, I don't want to lose my pictures. But for the rest of your life, that adds up really quickly. They don't just lock your account when you're not able to pay. They lock your memories along with it.
I also want to tell y'all, I saw this coupon for Walgreens. It is 25 4x6 photos for 1 penny each. So really just a quarter. No, I'm not sure if the promotion is still up, but it is worth checking out if you want to keep your photos safe.
Now on to the middle level. This is where things can get a little bit devious. Starting off, we'll go into monthly boxes. So this could be things like Birchbox or Loot Crate, and those companies are really slick in how they get you. For a monthly subscription fee, you will pay for a box that will have a lot of goodies inside of it. However, these goodies really aren't worth that much. So if I had to compare it, I would definitely say say it's like the CC's prize toys.
Oh, okay. I think we're kind of losing the plot a little bit. But seriously, these companies make you pay for items that you don't really need. And the stuff that you get really doesn't cost that much. Sometimes you can get an initial discount, but then you get a full price later, and it can be difficult to cancel it sometimes. At this point, you're just paying for monthly clutter that you don't even need. You tell me if there's one that's worth it though. The next entry on the middle level of the iceberg is going to be video game currency. So that could be things like the Fortnite V-Bucks and the 2K VC. A lot of the video game transactions that you can think of can really ruin the integrity of the game. Going back to Fortnite, I remember back in the day, Fortnite is a free game, okay? But you would pay a certain amount every month so that you can play the season. And of course, they'll give you things like skins and emotes. But for the price that they're shelling these skins and stuff out, think about your wallet, man.
Although video game transactions by themselves really aren't that insidious, you get these microtransactions disguised as fun, designed for addiction loops directly aimed at kids. And when it comes to those same games, it could even be pay to win. I don't know if it's still like this because I don't play this game anymore. You used to use the VC in 2K, and you can pay for a demigod if you decide to. Or these Minecraft servers that I played, they can really be a lot worse. You get your mom's credit card and you pay for some kits, and now you're beating the kids who used to beat you, just because of that seemingly small advantage. Don't let them get you. Our next entry into the middle section of the iceberg is going to be the skincare auto ship programs. So for whatever reason you have bad acne, I'm sure you have done whatever you possibly could at this point to make sure your skin is clear.
That being said, let us introduce you to, nah, we're just kidding. The trap can be that the auto refills can refill faster than the usage. And then you also can deal with the long cancellation processes, and they use shame-based marketing to make you want to get those kits. And honestly, shame on a dermatologist if they recommended you get on any of those programs. But I'm not going to completely shame you. My skin has usually been pretty clear, so maybe I'm just not that deep into the skincare market like I should be, but I've been pretty good so far. You see, you probably didn't run out, but they shipped it to you anyway. The next entry for the middle of the iceberg is going to be the software subscriptions. You know, like your Adobe Creative Cloud or your Microsoft 365. You pay $60 plus a month for it, and you may think the cost justify the means. I'll be honest, I use some of that software right now, but the trap can be the canceling fees, the forced upgrades, and pay forever or lose access.
It's really crazy to think that just 10 years ago, you would pay for the software and you own it forever. But now you have to rent the software from the company. It's a sad day out here for us. And I will say that most likely there is a free version of whatever software that you would like to use. Like Canva is a good alternative to Photoshop. Unless you're a Photoshop expert, there's really no reason to buy the software. The last entry that we have for the middle section of this iceberg is going to be dating apps. Now, I'm sure you've heard of things like Tinder Gold and Hinge Plus. I know, gang, you just want to have love and affection just like everybody else.
But where it becomes a problem are the paywalls around basic features, and emotional vulnerability is monetized. So you're paying a certain amount a month, right? But you're only doing that so you can see who likes you. Because without paying the premium, the people who like your profile are still blurred out for you. You can't see it if you tried. You have to pay for it. Whatever happened to going to Barnes & Noble and Target? Anyways, you see, they don't profit when you find love, but they profit when you don't. Now, without further ado, we're gonna get into the bottom level of the iceberg. If you get caught in any of these subscription traps, GG's. Some of the traps here at the bottom can seemingly be pretty small, but you can pay for it years to come. The first one we'll talk about are the buy now, pay later cycles.
These are going to be places like Afterpay and Klarna. So you see something that you want to purchase, you look at that price tag, you're like, it's a little bit out of my budget right now. Then you look into the cart, they accept Klarna or Afterpay, so you end up getting it. I'll pay Klarna and Afterpay a certain amount a month and I'll have the item that I want right now. It sounds like an amazing deal until it's not.
Nigga. Oh God, you ugly.
They can trap you multiple different ways. For example, if you have multiple payments across different apps, eventually, if you keep doing it, it's going to get out of control. Next, they make it seem like they don't report to creditors if you don't pay them back, and that there is a huge misconception. News earlier this year confirmed that buy now pay later cycles will be sent to FICO for credit scoring, and also those late fees stack up fast if you get them. On the surface, it really doesn't look too bad until you lift the curtain. And then you see, no, they're not just trying to help you get your item immediately. They want to keep you in that debt trap. That way you can still pay their bills every single month.
As much as y'all want to make it seem like it's budgeting, it's not at all. It's debt in installments. Next, at the bottom of the iceberg, we're going to talk about the rent-to-own places. Those places like Aaron's and Rent-A-Center.
I don't know who's watching, but you cannot tell me that you haven't seen a Rent-A-Center or a Aaron's in the hood.
These places prey on people who are buying appliances and furniture for their new place. You may think that you're getting a deal, that you're not paying the entire amount up front. However, in reality, you're gonna pay 2 to 3 times the price. You purchased the item, but they put a few hidden fees in there for you too. Number one is that you're gonna be charged interest every single month for owning it. And see, that ends up jacking up the price already. Next is that you may be hit with a late fee. You missed that one payment a month one time. You think the people are going to be looking at you like a credit union? Oh, you're family. I understand that you're going through hardship.
Nah, gang, it's not gonna work like that. They also target low-income households. Like we said, you can't say that you have never seen those rent-to-own places in the hood. Their main goal is that you don't pay that stuff back. And now you ended up with a couch that costs more than a used car. Make that make sense, man. Next, at the bottom of the iceberg, we're gonna be talking about the credit repair services. These are going to be the places like Lexington Law and Credit Saint. You got bad credit, right? So you go into these places to see what they have to offer you. No, they're not able to actually take off negative information from your credit report. You're charged an upfront fee of $50 to $150, and the results aren't even guaranteed for you.
There's also a extremely high likelihood of you getting into a scam. There's so many people out there who want to fix their credit that it's really no surprise that scammers end up flooding the gates of this as well. And most of the stuff that they do is stuff that you could really do yourself. If you do a lot of research on it and you really want to improve your credit for a cheap price, you can find resources online that will teach you how to do exactly what the credit repair services are doing. And remember, you're trapped in these long contracts for things that you could do for free. All I'm saying is pay your bills on time and you won't have to repair your credit. Now, number 4 on the bottom of the iceberg, and it's really disgusting, the payday loan memberships. This can be places like Advance America and Checking to Cash. You may not have a real bank and you want to cash your check. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to this check cashing joint and take care of it. Once you get into the nitty gritty with the clerk, they tell you, hey, we have all these extra fees and stuff to cash your check with us, but if you sign up for this membership, we're not going to charge you as much, and you also get a lower APR. So you see, that's just one way they get you.
These places also get you by getting you to sign up for loans. And let me just say, everywhere that you can get a loan from and you decide to go to a check cashing place, you're almost asking for your pockets to get run. But see, you probably fell on hard times and you really need to get this loan. And then they offer you that membership and you're like, okay, a lower APR, that's perfect. But let me tell y'all a few things. If y'all are trying to get a loan, the best place to get it from is a credit union. Next is that the APR, the interest rate that you pay on a credit card, is usually between 20 to 30% depending on if it's a good rewards card. Now tell me why anyone would sign up for a loan that the APR is over 660%. You can pay on that for years, and if you just do the minimum payment, you will never get that full amount done. This is a trap for the less fortunate because it keeps you in a reborrow loop. It's designed to keep you stuck. This is the easiest way for them to legally put you in financial quicksand. Because if you decide that, oh, you don't want to pay that, you could go to prison. You took out a loan and you didn't want to pay it back, even though it's 600% interest. That there is not illegal. But you not paying back your loan, that's highly illegal.
Now, y'all, we're almost done. If you made it to this part in the video, please leave a like and a comment, as it surely does help out the channel. Alright, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of it. The next topic at the bottom of the iceberg is going to be the P word, the 4-letter P. There's a funny reason why we put this at the bottom.
Now, gang, I don't want to surprise you with this because I feel like this isn't right if I don't tell you. Those spicy videos that you're paying people every single month to see is absolutely free on the internet. You can even go on X, just make a new account. All I'm saying is that you don't have to give out your hard-earned money every single month just because you can't control your lust.
Just like any other addiction that involves your money, falling into the trap of resubscribing to models every single month, it turns into financial fall off a bridge. And that brings us to our final entry on the subscription trap Iceberg. We're going to be going into timeshares. This is mainly done with vacation lines like Wyndham and Marriott Vacation Club, but there's millions of them. So you can briefly understand what a timeshare is, I'm going to tell you about my own experience with it. As a kid, I went to an event with my parents and they had a timeshare there. What you do is that you go in, you talk to the representative, and their job is to convince you to buy a timeshare. This timeshare is going to be where you spend a certain amount every month or however the term goes for the benefit that you can go to one of their resorts at a certain time.
Hence, that's why it's called a timeshare. You're technically sharing time with strangers to get access to the resort. You can really do most of what they do for free by just scheduling ahead of time when you want to go. Now you're probably thinking, oh, it doesn't really sound that bad. I mean, what could really be the problem with a timeshare? The problem is that you get these lifetime contracts. Come on now, this is at the bottom of the iceberg. You thought that you could just cancel it? Come on now. What's even crazier is the inheritance of debt, meaning that if you don't get out of your timeshare and you pass away, your children now have that timeshare and they have to pay for it. The literal definition of, I did not ask for this.
So how do you get out?
Well, I'm happy you asked. Let's just say that you're an unlucky soul who decided to sign up for a timeshare. Well, you can actually exit, but it's really hard. You have to sell somebody else the time that you picked out for the timeshare. You see, it can be hard judging by the time of year that people want to go. Let's say you have the timeshare for certain months out of the year, and depending on the location, it doesn't match whoever you're trying to sell it to, and so they're not going to get the timeshare. And now, congratulations, you just bought a vacation you can't afford and you can't escape.
So that brings us to the end of the subscription traps iceberg. Once again, this video isn't to knock down anybody who pays for memberships at all. The goal of this video is to understand what you're paying for, and that way you can make the smartest financial decision for you.
We also wanted to ask, what subscription on this list surprised you the most? Was there anything on this list that we missed? Please let us know in the comments below. My name is Grounded.
My name is Stack. Let's build.